I don't care if you're a parent or not. Nobody in their right mind should defend these books being in schools.
The question I'm asking is, what is the expertise that you have and other Moms for Liberty advocates have to decide that a book, an award-winning book like All Boys Aren't Blue, isn't appropriate for students to read? What is your expertise?
What a tragic story of a young man who's anally raped by his adult family member. So you have incest, rape, pedophilia. Joy, you said you'd let me answer, so
sure.
I'm going to answer
Please
for
do.
you. In what context is a strap-on dildo acceptable for public school? I mean, that's my question to you. Tell me what the context around the strap-on dildo or the rape of a minor child by a teacher.
Hold on a second.
No, we're talking about public school.
One moment.
All right.
So now you've asked me questions.
Sure.
I'm going to answer it.
Okay.
Well, who is the main character? What's the name of the main character in All Boys Aren't Blue?
You're asking me right now.
You just gave me very specific information about this book, so you're presenting yourself as somebody expert.
It's the gentleman.
Hold on. Who's the main character in the book?
The main character is the author.
What's his name?
George, I believe, is his first name.
Because you're giving me very specific information that is.
You're asking me to remember the name of an author.
You just remembered very specific names.
Joy.
Here's my question.
We're talking about
Here's my question.
You didn't answer my question.
No. I'm going to answer your question.
Great. I would love to hear that.
Absolutely. Well, I'm interviewing you, and you're not interviewing me. So let's just make sure it's a conversation. Okay.
Great.
So what I'm saying to you is that as you are not an expert in this book,
I don't have to be an expert to know that dildos aren't appropriate for public school. I mean, come on, let's get real. This book
is a full context story, as you said, of the author's experience. Why is it your right, or a Moms for Liberty activist's right, to say that a parent who wants their child to have access to this book, which gives a personal experience of this author, why doesn't a liberal parent, for instance, or a parent of an LGBTQ kid, why don't they have a right for their child to just have access to this book? Why is it your right to say they can't?
So, again, we're talking about incest, rape, and pedophilia.
And each parent, each parent has to decide what is appropriate for their child to read. So I want you to answer. I'm going to ask it one more time.
Right.
What is your right to tell a parent who wants their child, who might feel seen by this story, why don't they have the right? Why don't they have the right as a parent to say, my child can have access to this book?
If a child feels seen by this story, that means that they have been the victim of a predator. That means that they have either been raped by a family member, they've experienced
and your proof of that is what?
You just said that
What's
if a child feels seen by this story.
You're now making assumptions about it.
No, but if a child has been raped, we should do a lot better than put a book on a library
shelf. Now you're literally
shelf.
creating a story behind a child that you don't know. Let me show you a form. This is a form that can be obtained in Broward County, Florida.
Okay.
I'm going to show it to the audience, and then I'm going to show it to you. Okay. This is called the opt. Yeah, please. I'm going to hand it to you.
Thank you so much.
It's called the opt-out form.
Okay.
An opt-out form would allow any parent, because you said you are in favor of parental rights.
I am.
It would allow any parent to opt out of their child being able to take books out of the library without their parents' permission.
Okay.
So that Moms for Liberty, why not advocate that every school in America have an opt-out form so that a parent who doesn't want their child to access a book like All Boys Aren't Blue, that they can make that choice? Because then each parent, including a liberal parent, a black parent, a parent who wants their child to read a book about African-American history, then they get their rights.
We want children to read books
Why
about
not just
African-American
opt
history,
out for yourself rather than tell other parents what they can and cannot?
First of all, I think what you're talking about here is a wonderful step in the right direction. We should be having conversations about this. This is about local control. A lot of these decisions are made at the local school board level. And that's where these decisions should be made. And there should be vibrant conversations about what's happening in our public schools and what kids have access to. Joy, however, maybe we could just put all the books with all the graphic sexual content. The dildos, the rape, the incest.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. Let's do a back room.
Excuse me.
Let's put a curtain up in the library like they used to do
one moment,
in the video stores. Remember when we were little and you would go to the video store?
The books that Moms for Liberty.
The books that Moms for Liberty. With pornography.
I know that I've seen.
We could just do that in the public library.
I have seen tapes of what Moms for Liberty does, and you all go into school board meetings and you read graphic stuff.
Disingenuous conversation.
No, it's not.
America used to understand that there's something called age-appropriate content.
Right, and here's my question again.
Again, movies.
Again. Ruby Bridges Goes to School is on the list of books that Moms for Liberty has attempted to have removed.
Absolutely not.
It absolutely is. Let me ask about the people who are making the decision for their parents, because you have not answered yet why a liberal parent or an African-American parent can't
We have
say
parents who are Democrats who are members of our organization.
But you're still trying to make decisions for all the kids.
Nothing new to see here. Just joyless Reid back at it again, doing what she does best. Her parents absolutely missed the mark by giving her the name Joy, because I've yet to see anything joyful about this woman whatsoever. Not an ounce of it in her soul. She is the epitome of an oxymoron, and she annoys the crap out of me because she never answers these guest questions, and every time it's just constant interruptions, interjections, because she doesn't want to hear the truth and have to deal with her complete absence of basic human morality. So let me get this straight, just to make sure I'm on the right track. It's not okay for parents to read these same books out loud at school board meetings without being told to stop because it's inappropriate, but it's okay for kids to read this stuff in school? Are you kidding me? That's that liberal logic for you, just all evil agenda, zero common sense whatsoever. And I'm well aware that not everybody that subscribes to my channel is a conservative or a Christian, but even my liberal leaning viewers should agree with me on this one. Anybody who advocates for having these books in schools is a predator enabler. And if you're a parent that thinks your minor has any business reading this sort of material whatsoever, you are a horrible parent and you need some major help ASAP. You need to be checked in to a mental facility, the nearest one near you, and have all your parental rights snatched away from you, at least temporarily, because you are not fit to lead. You are not fit to guide that child in a positive direction whatsoever if you think this is acceptable. Children should not be anywhere near this book or any other sexual content, period. There'll be a time and a place for that to expose themselves to all the evils and the temptations and the lusts of this world, and then they'll have to decide which way they want to go. Then they'll have to decide if they want to lead a righteous life based in godly values, following that narrow path led by Jesus Christ, or if they want to go the wide path that leads to destruction. But in no way, shape, or form at this period in their life, when their minds are fragile and feeble and innocent and they can be easily manipulated, should they be exposed to this nonsense whatsoever. It's insane to me. And maybe I'm wrong and way off the rocker. Somebody's gonna have to inform me in the comments section, but unless algebra has drastically changed since I was in high school back in 2013, then 2x plus 5 still doesn't equal strap on. There is absolutely no reason that a minor should know what any of this garbage is as part of public school education. They're there to learn the basics. They're there to be provided a knowledge base that sets them up to succeed in the real world. There's no part of a dildo that guides them in the right direction on how to succeed at life. None whatsoever. Teachers and librarians, do your jobs and leave the rest out of it. Stick to what we pay you for with our hard-earned tax dollars. That's it. We don't need nothing else from you. But thank God for people like Tiffany Justice, the woman in the video, and all of the Moms for Liberty movement for defending these kiddos and going up in these lions' dens unafraid and bold and fighting to keep the innocence of these young children's minds still intact. It is pivotal. It is vital that we stand up for the youth because they're not able to. They're not in a position to know right from wrong, or they're not being shown what is right and wrong. And we got to continue to do that. And I'm not sure if you caught it or not, but she tried to point out in the interview that if a child feels seen or can relate to this book in any way, then some arrests need to be made. And that little boy or little girl is probably the victim of a predator. And of course, that got skipped over by Joy Less because she's a horrible host and even worse human being. Like, I'm actually amazed that she still is employed. I'm surprised that she hasn't been fired. To an extent, I'm surprised, but she needs to be fired. And I say it all the time. I mean it. I try to love all people, but some days it is very difficult for me to find some sort of gratitude for these people on MSNBC and CNN. These talking heads, they are a disgrace to society. And I know one thing, they better repent quick, fast, and in a hurry for pushing all these demonic ideologies that are endangering our children, or the fate that awaits them is unimaginable if they don't turn the ship around and find Jesus Christ. Mark 9 verse 42 says, "Whoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be better for him if a great millstone were hung around his neck and he were thrown into the sea." You don't want that. I'm telling you, that would be a better alternative than the hot and painful punishment that you got coming for you if you keep leading these little ones away from what is righteous, from Jesus Christ. And Lord, I pray for them, because this stuff that's being allowed and just even being debated about is utterly ridiculous. I don't know what else I can say about it. I could go on a very long-winded, passionate, heated tangent, as I've already done, but I'd love to hear what you think about all this. Let me know down below in the comments section. Let's keep this conversation rolling. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already, ring that notification bell so you get notified anytime I post a new video. If you like what I'm doing over here and you want to show a little extra love and support, make sure you go check out our website down below in the description section. That way you can get all the awesome shirts you see me wearing in every single video. They're all made by my beautiful wife. This one says created with a purpose. It has it on the chest and on the sleeve. It's based on Ephesians 2 verse 10. I like mine a little baggy, so it seems a little extra room to move and groove, but we got all different sizes ranging from itty bitty extra small to big and hefty 5X, a bunch of colors, different designs, all of that. I'm sure you can find something that you like or a great gift for someone that you love. Outside of that, you can always join the Gibson family here on YouTube and become a member. You can buy me a coffee. You can join the Patreon family. All those links are down below as well. By no means do you have to do any of that. Just showing up and allowing my freckle face to rant at you for a few minutes. I am greatly appreciative. I love y'all. I cannot thank you enough. Until next time, I'll be praying for you. Godspeed. I'm gone.